welcome to another episode of Unboxing with Paul. And today I'm excited to bring you Alcatel's Cold Flip 4, the latest iteration of foldables, just not the foldables you want. Let's take a look at it. Before we begin, if you could subscribe and like, I'd really appreciate that, as the majority of you people that consume my content are not subscribed. So please hit like and subscribe. This one was actually released, I think, all the way back at the end of 2021, so I'm a little bit late to the party. However, I'm always a fan of Alcatel's packaging, as it's always quite sturdy, and they tend to have, if not glossy pictures, at the very least, very high quality matte pictures, because this is not glossy at all. Let's go ahead and put this aside, and we're going to put our phone itself aside for right now and see what we get in the box. Okay, so in the box we get a SIM card, as this is a Metro by T-Mobile phone, as well as we get a quick start guide. We got a, is this what I think it is? So it looks like this time around we got a USB-A to USB-C cable. So this is finally a very nice and very well needed upgrade to this phone, as the previous iteration was micro USB, and making it Type-C is a very welcome addition and a very well needed one that this phone definitely could have taken advantage of. So it looks like we're gonna get Alcatel's, I believe this is a 5-watt wall adapter, and as well as a removable battery. So this phone is actually hitting all the right marks. A lot of people still want a removable battery in their device. They still want to be able to just yank the battery out in case their phone freezes, or in case they get scared something is happening, or they want to stop something from happening. They just yank the battery out. And with a lot of these other phones that we have nowadays, batteries haven't been removable actually for quite some time now, if I'm not mistaken. So I do know that a lot of people are going to be quite happy to see that we still have a removable battery, and I'm quite happy to see that we now have the inclusion of Type-C, which definitely modernizes the phone quite a bit, in my opinion. Okay, let's go ahead and put this aside. So now, the phone itself actually has very similar dimensions to last year's model. We have a removable battery, as stated earlier, with 1860 milliamp hours. Which is actually quite large for an itty bitty device like this. It doesn't really consume much power. And we also have, again, a lot of the specs from last year are quite similar, as we also have the very same screen density, the same pixel density, coming in at 240 by 320, 2.8 inches, again, same as last year. And our outer display is a 1.4 inch TFT display, as well as the inner one. Now, our single camera lens comes in at 2 megapixels, and it is able to actually record 480p at 30 frames per second, so that you can take and shoot video like it's 2012 all over again. And we also have an SD card slot that supports up to 32 gigabytes of external storage. And let's do the peel. All right. Okay. So now that once it's fired up, we can see this is a very, very average flip phone with, see, the KaiOS store, your contacts, your call log, the weather, news, internet, messages, camera, gallery, clock, utilities, games, Google, music, maps, YouTube, calendar, settings, email, video, notes, file manager, and FM radio. So just because this is not a full-featured smartphone with access to the Google Play Store with access to apps, it does not mean that this is a dumb phone by any stretch of the imagination. We have YouTube. We are on YouTube. You can use the cursor to navigate the screen. It's not very efficient, mind you. I mean, I knew you could play videos, but it always surprises me. It never fails to amaze me.
Let's take a look at them.
You be the judge of that. Mind you, it doesn't look amazing. It's not the best viewing experience in the world, but you're viewing it on a flip phone and not the Galaxy Flip or the Fold. Look at this. You're able to watch YouTube on a flip phone. Maybe this has been around for a while, but this just surprises me so much because people have always believed, well, it's a dumb phone. It doesn't have access to the internet. No, you absolutely have access to the internet. You could view various kinds of content on this, and you have an actual YouTube app for that. You're not just browsing the browser. And another thing that I really like is that you also have maps in here. I don't know how usable it's going to be, but okay. So let's look up McDonald's. All right, so it's having a hard time getting my location at this point in time. Again, I don't know if it's because it doesn't have cell service, like an actual data plan or an actual data service. But the fact that we do have Google Maps in here, the fact that you do have YouTube in here, and the fact that YouTube work leads me to believe that it might just need an update, or there might be just something that I'm doing wrong, that I'm not getting it to work. And I'm very curious to see what those, the games. So Gems, Guardians, Birdie, 2048, Whack-A-Mole. Let's play Guardians. So we do have games on this. I do not know what kind of quality they will be, but we do have games in here. Start. Okay, sorry. Actually, this is pretty lit. This looks like, not Space Invaders. Oh, shoot. I took a hit. I forgot. Oh, man, I took another hit. I don't know what that other game, I forgot what that other game is called. Where you're just an airplane shooting things. Oh, I'm at the boss? Oh, I died. Okay. Well, yeah, this game is pretty lit, actually. And let's fire up our camera and see what kind of footage we can get. Yes, we give you permission, camera. Oh boy. Yeah, high resolution. I can't imagine how much lower this resolution can get. Oh boy. Timer, grid, gallery, photo mode, video mode. We are in. Let's go to video mode. Okay. So then. This is what video looks and sounds like on the camera of the Alcatel Go Flip 4. We will see just how soft and fuzzy it is, or just how surprisingly good the camera quality may be on a flip phone. Okay, and let's go ahead and just snap a picture. Jeez. All right, so we'll see what those look like in a bit when we're editing. Downsides or the shortcomings of this phone. Yes, it is obviously a flip phone. You're not going to be doing very much on this besides taking calls, maybe answering the odd text message, maybe occasionally, if the need arises, watch the odd YouTube video. But that's really what the majority of us do in our phones for the most part. We do have only Bluetooth 4.2 on this, so definitely not the latest generation, but I was definitely very impressed to find out that, again, you are able to get this with a data plan with your carrier, and you can browse the web. And in addition to that, this little flip phone can be used as a 4G hotspot for your other devices, not just for devices, but for up to 8 devices. So again, I'm dumbfounded, and I'm in awe, and I'm very, very impressed that, again, this little flip phone has so much going for it, again, in my opinion. And I never, took you guys on the tour of it. Let's go ahead and do that now. We do have, again, our Type-C port. We do have a auxiliary port for headphones, and we do have, of course, our camera. We do have an outer screen. We do have dual screens. That's very, very cool. We have our speaker grill in the back. We have our volume rocker on the side. There is no pesky power button, as if you simply want to turn the screen off, all you do is flip it closed. And I do like that we do have 2 pinhole microphones. Even though that this is a budget device, it doesn't mean that we're not going to get any less of that sound canceling technology. Perhaps with a flip phone, you have a return to simplicity, to where you will always be able to just, open the phone and answer a phone call if need be. Let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this? Again, would you grab something like this to simplify your life? I'm not saying, use a flip phone and you can't use any technology. No, most people will use a flip phone and perhaps a MacBook, perhaps a iPad, something else to get their heavier work done. But, have the phone be that, just a phone. As always, thanks for watching.